Good morning, YouTube. It's Thanksgiving, but I kind of made a mistake. I woke up this morning and I thought, I'm late. I woke up 2 hours late. Well, usually I have been in the habit of getting up extra early to start Thanksgiving meal. And I would toil away at it. I would start at like 6:30 in the morning every year at Thanksgiving to bake breads and to make the turkey and to get the greens cooking, because you've got fresh greens, they're going to be cooking for a while. So I would get up so early to spend all day toiling on this food so that when people came at dinner time, everything was together, and then I'm trying to make myself look like I got it all together. Well, guess what? The light bulb came on. And I've learned about how important it is to treat yourself and not cheat yourself. Cheating yourself is making the work too hard for yourself. Look at what you have. Pull together your items. Know early what you're planning on making and look and say, okay, I want to make that. I think I have that in the cupboards. I want to make this. I have this. I'd really like to try to make this, but I've never done it before. Well, then that's the time when you figure it out. You can either Google, and find a recipe for how to make something a little differently, or if you have recipe books, or you can watch my channel. So I got up and initially panicked because it was 8:30. It wasn't 6:30. And then I came to the kitchen and I realized I started my stuff yesterday. So I don't need to be in the freak out mode. I pre-baked those potatoes. Remember when we did that yesterday? So they're already, all I have to do is put them back in the oven. Put them back in the oven during that last hour that the turkey is going. And there'll be twice baked potatoes. I've got the toppings for the potatoes. I got butter, I got cheese, and all kinds of little fun stuff if people want to use that. The dessert, already cut up, separated, and packaged away in the refrigerator, so when the time comes, I can just pull it out and be ready to serve it on the dessert plates. The greens, because I had dehydrated them, I had already gone through the process of washing them and dehydrating them. When I cooked them yesterday, I cooked the greens, the dehydrated greens, in the 2 cups of water. I did the two larger size mason jars of greens in 2 cups of water. I added in garlic salt, just for my own taste. I added in soul food seasoning because I do like to have that little bit of flavor too. And I added in what I'll call a good pinch, taking your hand and pinching the dehydrated onions. It ended up being probably about 1/3 or 1/4 of a cup of onions. I added that to it as well and let it boil because the onions had to be reconstituted too. But remember, there was a storm here where I am the other day. So for me, this just totally simplified everything because I can look up my cupboard and say, oh, okay, I've got this, I've got that. I was already prepared. And for anyone who has not seen my preparedness videos, go through my playlist. And I know things kind of show up in a kind of a goofball way sometimes, if you're looking at my channel. But click on the link for videos. If you only see 3 or 4, click on that link, that same spot for videos again, and all of the videos should show up because I've got about 110 or so videos out. So there are videos on preparedness, on especially like dehydrating tomatoes, and which was the first thing that I did when I got a food dehydrator, because I love to have tomatoes in the winter, especially to make my own little sun-dried tomato pizza, Neapolitan pizza or whatever, and onions, and there's a video on doing the onions, there's a video on doing the collard greens. There are videos. I have those videos out there. So those are some things that you might want to check out if you have not done that already. This morning I put, I took the turkey out, washed it, took it out of that wire mesh thing, plastic mesh thing, and out of the plastic bag. Gave the turkey a bath, put it in my large roasting pan. Went to the bottom end of the turkey, where the legs are, that are connected by this little deal, which is not easy to get out of the turkeys. They put this thing in there, and it's like having a tug of war to get it out. But it is important that you get it out. You don't want to be cooking your turkey with the plastic. But you reach up in there, and you squeeze on these sides, tip it a little bit, and the one side will come out, and then you can pull the other side out. Because you definitely want that out of the turkey. And you know what else you're going to find up in that bottom end by the legs? You will find the turkey neck. So it'll just be up in there. So pull that turkey neck out as well. Even if you don't plan on using the turkey neck right now with this meal, it's a good thing, to put in a Ziploc baggie, plastic baggie or whatever, and freeze, because it's good to have with other things. Like if you're low on food and all you have is collard greens or something, if you're not vegetarian or vegan, you could add that turkey neck bone in there, and it will cook and it will give flavor, and the meat will come off the bone. I know it doesn't exactly look like it's a lot of meat, but yeah, there's some good stuff there that can be used. It can also be used, you can boil it in some water and use it. The marrow from the bones will become like a stock for a soup, and you can throw in some noodles or carrots or other things, and you make it interesting for yourself. Okay. Now, after I pulled out that turkey neck, next, I took off the tail. Another thing that may seem like a waste, and I know a lot of people throw away their turkey tails, but let me tell you, turkey tails, especially smoked turkey tails, are really delicious in greens or black eyed peas. Just boil it very well, make sure it's thoroughly cooked, add it in, add your seasonings to it. So, if it's something you're not going to use today, put it in a baggie and deal with it later. Put it in a baggie, stick it in the freezer, and deal with it later. Next, we go to the top of the bird, where the neck used to be. Reach in that part, and you'll find a little baggie that has the heart, the liver, and the gizzards. More stuff that seems unusual or possibly gross to somebody, but it's food. These are things that I'm going to be putting away for use in the future. So these I'll package and put in the freezer, and we'll talk about using those in some upcoming videos, doing some southern style cooking and using those. So I did all that, got that turkey in the oven, ready to go, and this is onion. Because I know I'm going to need it, I'm also making food for vegetarians. Oh, and by the way, I have one more person say that they might show up today. So, change that number from 6 to 7. So this is another person that does not eat meat. So I want to make sure that I have plenty of food for the non-meat eaters. So now it looks like we're up to 4 that will be eating the meat, and 3 that will be eating the meat, and 4 that will potentially not be eating the meat. So I wanted to make vegetable lasagna, but I wasn't able to find lasagna noodles at the store that I went to. So a friend is looking to see if they can find it. If not, then that's fine. Then we'll do some fettuccine or something else. But rehydrating these onions. This is about a 1/3 cup of dehydrated onions, and it's 1 full cup of water. Just put it into my little handy dandy mason jar, and I'll let that set for now, because it really doesn't take that long to do the pasta. So the pasta with vegetables, or I could always do flatbread, because I do have the ingredients to do a couple of flatbread pizzas if people were wanting that instead. But, you know, so we'll have the traditional and the non-traditional. In between the two, I want to have everybody satisfied, happy, and full. So, stay tuned for upcoming videos. I hope that your food is started. I hope that you've taken those video portions. I did them in different segments, so that way you can actually watch a segment, work on that part, watch another segment, work on that part, you know, make it a little easier than to sit here toiling over, because it's not like I'm just making a pizza. It's not like I'm just making shish kebab. This is a big old meal for a bunch of people that have different tastes. So, I hope that you find this helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up, please, and share it. You can share it through your social media, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. Like and subscribe. Okay. Now, since I don't have to toil so much over what I'm doing, I think I'm going to make a cup of coffee and have some biscotti for a minute after I put this stuff get this stuff in the freezer. And then in the next video, we are going to be working on putting these tables together to set it up for the meal deal. So, stay encouraged, stay ready, stay excited. And what are you doing today? What are you planning on eating? You can put a note down in the comment section. That would be super. But talk to you again soon.